Hello there, before we start today's replay, I want you to guess what map we're on. You have 5 seconds to guess. Answers in the YouTube section, comments below, and you're on Nexus, because we today are watching the angriest of Dutch people as he plays as Wehrmacht. This guy's been getting a lot better recently, but what is a lot better when you're up against the very best in the world? Isildur is dominant, yada yada yada. You've all heard me cast crap tons of his games. Reigning world champion, reigning Master League champion. He's pretty good. Now this replay was highly recommended to me by multiple people. I had it emailed to me. I had Sturm Panther messaging me saying, bro, you gotta cast this. He doesn't speak anything like that. But and also it's the featured replay on co2.org. So it must be good for a reason, right? So let's just watch it, enjoy ourselves. I'm recording this on a Friday. I've got a day off work. It's too rainy to currently power spray the garden, which was my initial task. Although the sun is coming out, so I should probably get the power spray out very soon, because otherwise I've literally done nothing today, other than bring to you this fantastic game. Now, let's analyse the play in the early game. So Isildur's going north thus far. Mr. Dutchman is looking to keep the Pioneers close to the MG42. Grenadier's going to go a little bit further south to get the munitions. Let's have a little look on the camera view of Angry Dutchman. See if he's up for this one today. This is on follow camera mode. He's playing pretty chill, it must be said. He's not... he's just keeping an eye on his Grenadiers for now. He's playing in... This is the This is what you'll find with players like Angry Dutchman and Isildur. What they tend to do is they tend to play in the tactical map a lot. So with tactical map players, both of them, follow camera doesn't tend to really add much to the narrative. It doesn't really show you how they live and breathe. Tactical map is that damn useful, and players such as Isildur, they spend half their lives in that little screen. Just had a commander chosen, the name Clement, and we're all big fans of Big Climmy. He's the stream's mascot at the moment, good old Clement Voroshilov. And Isildur has gone for Guard Rifle Combined Arms Tactics. Pretty cool. I doubt we're going to see the ML20, but we've got some excellent abilities elsewhere. Guards and KV1s, you can never really go wrong with that, can you? So it's 2 Grens for now. Dutchman has just loaded up the third one immediately. Isildur backs away from the engagement, just constantly probing. Keeps his conscripts back for now until he's got critical mass. And there's the critical mass we're talking about. There's the third conscript looking to encircle. So it's like a pull tactic, you know. You feign a punch, you draw him in, and you try and get him out of position. But in this case, it's a pretty good positioning from the Dutchman. He's got good protection of his MG42. He's turned here. We do have a conscript, no Molotovs present. Urar's away from battle, does Dutchman, to try and get away from that MG42 and the suppression. This now means he can bring his conscripts and combat engineers into play. So he's got multiple moving elements at the moment. MG42 resets up. Conscript now focus fires him. Pioneers come with the MP40s to stop it happening. Car 98Ks are focusing the combat engineers at present. And Isildur's losing a hell of a lot of health and manpower. Meanwhile, this conscript's not done enough. A new Grenadier joins the fray. And it's a win for Dutchman in the early game. Well played by him. He kept his nerve. Isildur got out of position, I want to say, around here, and that meant he wasn't in cover. So the master of positioning, the guy that never gets tactically outplayed, got tactically outplayed in the first few minutes. If you're watching this in chat, don't go investigating whether this is automatch or a replay. Just sit back and relax. I have on very good authority that this is an excellent game. So don't go inspecting anything, because you don't want to be spoiled. Pioneers go forward. They take away the cutoff. Dutchman's doctrines. Blitzkrieg. Lightning. Jaeger. Pretty damn good. Doesn't get better than that, actually. I like Blitzkrieg. Increasingly seeing a lot more usage these days. It's got super close air support, for God's sake. But look at the amount of munitions intensive capabilities. Combat engineers are pretty out of position there. But no, this Grenadier has been forced away, so they'll be fine. Meanwhile, MG42 is going for a southern position. Conscripts come into position. They need to get behind this fence. They do it, but now what's their use? They're mitigated. There we go. Just had a little poke around the corner. MG's repositioned and Pioneer's forced away. This conscript was what he was preparing for. He wanted the MG to stay where it was, quite frankly, but it has repositioned now. Grenadiers forced away also. Munitions cut off, taken back for Isildur. Nice mine in the early game. I don't know when he got a chance to lay that Isildur. There's 2 Grenadiers that'll never see the light of battle again. More pressure. Just look at the amount of pressure Isildur applies. Everything is constantly in motion. And before you know it, he's all over you like a bad rash. Now, Dutchman, I picked up on this when I played him once. He does tend to take everything back and heal everything. You know, in a group. Like, he'll take his opportunity, he'll retreat everything. And what that then means is, of course, you do cede a lot of map control. So, we're now all eyes on him to see whether he can get it all back very quickly. Conscripts behind the sandbags. We do have an LNG Grenadier. We've got 222 on its way. What's this engineer doing back there? That's putting up an early Tankovi battalion command. Conscripts flanking. Grenadiers come to parry. Good. Elsewhere, we've got MG42 positioning. Pioneers putting down the sandbags. Back to the north. Looks like the LMGs have been more than enough to force away the conscripts. We do have a cheeky demo charge laid, however, by Isildur. Let's see how that works out. Has he got anything to battle up against that? Conscripts are just going to fight for time here. Elsewhere in the south, MG and Pioneer are taking the position. He's just buying time. Don't forget, he has eyes on the demo charge. He has the combat engineers watching over. Elsewhere in the south, combat engineers, Pioneers come into position. So he's going to lose eyes on the demo, so it doesn't matter if the Grens go in there. And here we go, T70 at 7-minute mark. That's perfect timing for a T70. Well, as we always say, this T70 never comes at a bad time. Oh, we've seen the demo. There you go. Isildur's got crazy vision for these things. Angry Dutchman has, rather. Wait a second. Let's just see my caster bias. I am giving Dutchman Isildur's... The other way around, I'm giving Isildur Dutchman's plaudits. As if Isildur did not have enough plaudits already. I'm now giving him... Although he can't seem to kill this demo charge. He's rifle nading it, lol. But, yeah. Dutchman really needs a break. Meanwhile, we've got T70 takes out the MG42. Good work down in the south there. That's a great pickup for a Soviet player. 6-man MG on its way. T70 also finds the Pioneers out of position. I really don't know how this is going to work out for him now. He's also got the conscript picking up the MG42.
Anti-grenades now available to all conscripts. Conscripts can now throw Molotovs.
222. Eye off the centre. Does have a pack ready. While flamethrower engineers capping the fuel in the north. Look at that dastardly MG42. Really needs to pull off a mad flank on that whilst it's only 3 men. Really want to, but either that will play the long game. No 18-aids, this is a fake. Or no resources for an 18-aid, rather. Does he have them teched? Yes, he does have them teched. Nice Faust on the T70. Follow up from the pack is not present, however. Well, couldn't find its mark, at least. MG's repositioning in the south. T70 reverses away. 222 and pack in pursuit. Almost acting as a blocking. Ah! Has he found an angle there with the pack? Doesn't look likely. Looks like the MG has just gone down south to the victory point. Got a Molotov on the Grenadier. No, that's an 18-aid. My mistake. It was flame damage from the engineer. And the 222 is forced away. Still, double fuel advantage for Isildur. Now, he could push out another T70, or he could have done if he hadn't got the guards, but he's going to go for a traditional build with going for probably a T34 next Or even a KV-1, maybe a wait for it. A lot of KV-1s in meta at the moment. I love that hold down Vet 1 ability. It's pretty badass. But he's got enough fuel for it, so yeah, that's probably where he'll go in the next 10 minutes. Guards, were they able to get their... They haven't got their DPs quite yet. Nice little PTRS soft counter for the 222 in the meantime though, with no Zis present. Just had that sound file error on the 222. I guess 222.x has stopped working basically. Have you ever encountered that one? It basically sounds like the turret is jammed. Just reverse the YouTube video back 5 seconds to hear what I'm on about. T70 finding good angles here past the pack. Got a new MG42 built by the Angry Dutchman. The spine of the aecohmatt is intact. Pack misses, however. Needs to push up, as do the conscripts. Pack needs to show its shield. Grenadiers find a really good angle, but we can upgrade the DPs now. The guards, however, don't need it. They got this T70 getting 7 kills. And all Angry Dutchman has at the moment is high munitions and a central victory point. 2 fuels remain for Isildur. He's going to be able to really start saving for the big heavy. A little look on attack map, just assess the situation. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So there's 3 MG42s. Dutchman has built 2 MG42s now. I'm really surprised by that. 222's trying to get that T70 out of there. The Grens go forward as well, past the licking flames of the combat engineers. Doesn't look likely that he'll get a Faust off. He can get all the way around the side of this silo. And the conscripts would have ruined his day had that happened. So it's a little bit late to the party in Dutchman in general here. Very late to the party overall, as was the rifle nade. Oh, conscripts looking low. Should be fine. 70 just taking pot shots on the retreat. Re-emerges. But hits a juicy Talon mine. Well played by Dutchman there. Gets rid of the T70. So eye for an eye at the moment. T70 down. MG42 stolen. But he's outgunning the 1 MG42 with 2 of his own. So that shows you, by the way, though, if you go to Dutchman, I mean, he's not gotten to Battle Phase 2 quite yet, and that's because he's elected instead to go for MGs to really just help him control Isildur's possibly superior infantry play. And yeah, it's worked quite well. And the 222 see this? No, it can't. There's just a little bit of fence in the way. Still can't see it. Mine successfully planted. Just about. Will it get destroyed? Yeah, it is. There's that MG42 in the south. And an MG off. Retreat. Isildur. Does he have TF? Well, there it is. Mechanized on its way. It's got a lot of fuel as well. So KV-1 soon. But there we go. We have a double pack. Second pack constructed. You know, a Katusha would be pretty good instead of a KV. But then, of course, he would leave himself exposed to, you know, Panzer IV counter or something. But, no, a KV is going to be the option. And that actually might work counterintuitively. I really feel with 2 packs on the field, with a 222 to spot for them, and 2 MGs to stop the flanking infantry, Dutchman can control this situation. He really can. Forced away by the menacing guards. Rifle nade over the wall there. Conscripts almost devastated. 2 MP40s close the distance. Guards forced away, but they're in a bad part of town. 2 LMGs focus them down. Nice work. All in all, where are we on the fuel count? We've got enough fuel now. We're waiting. Is it for 480 manpower or something? 420. There you go. blaze it. Going to use the packs to destroy the cover. Leave these conscripts exposed. They are making use of what's that bloody ability called? It's not on the face of the commander anymore, but it's not hold down. What the hell is it called? Hit the dirt. That's it. Bloody hell.
Taking fire.
Amazing, isn't it? I love the fact that they just took like human mechanics of lying on the ground, one of the most common infantry tactics in the history of warfare, especially gun-based warfare. Also sprinting. Not just a military tactic, but literally key to human survival and mechanics. They made them commander abilities. On some of them, paid premium DLC commanders. You can make your infantry run! You can instruct your infantry to lie down! Wow! It's like a kid's advert for some action hero or something. Now with karate chopping action. Anyway, big Clemmy's on the way. And I can't keep hyping these big fat asses up because they are very prevalent in current meta. Destroying his own trees there. Look at this. The atmospheric settings on Nexus are masterful. Such a beautiful map. Yep, Dutch is struggling very hard indeed. Miss HQ18 in chat says. You have to agree with that. This KV1. But as I say, I see this a little bit differently at the moment. With the 2 packs and the MGs, the KV1 isn't going to have the impact it would have had, but already Isildur's winning everything else. So, it's going to be fine. It just isn't going to be the all-important solution to finish Dutchman off, basically. Anyway, its first action is in the north. Packs are in position, though. They get a shot away and a follow-up shot. All those overarching support weapon. Lines of fire, rifle nade, easily dodged by the conscripts. They push further in. They're outgunned here by Vet 3 LMGs. Panzer 4 on its way, by the way. MG forced away down here. Guards do, of course, have the DPs now. Playing some ultimate frisbee. Just because the machine gun cartridge look like a frisbee roughly. Just heard a mine go off. It was down here. Looks like this grenadier's been forced away the hard way. Near that the KV1's rerouting to the south. Have the packs heard it? Are they repositioning? They are now. There you go. So there's the game sense of Dutchman. He hears it coming. You could even get a Faust off just to stop it. We're also getting a T-34 really soon after the KV. That's that fuel dominance Isildur has had. 17 minutes. He's had 3 tanks. A few boxes of old shredded newspaper come to Dutchman's rescue there. Bit of suppression from afar. That was this MG42. Panzer 4 comes into view. Good penetration from the packs. And a Faust damaged engine. Can he fully exploit this situation now? Can he get there in time? Panzer 4's going in. We've got double packs repositioning. What else is happening? The MG42's there. We've got conscripts up here. Does Isildur think this is dangerous? Got a good penetration from the Panzer 4 here. But we've got 2 18-8s coming in, but no penetration from KV1 quite yet. Can he finish the job? Yes, a miracle shot from the Panzer. 2 penetrations for his money. And he's got protection as well. That's a really good win. He cancels the T-34, does Isildur. Instead, gets a Ziscum. So that shows you that although he's winning the VP battle, he's having a tougher situation tactically at the moment. Let's check the stats in the game and reveal that the KD is very good for Dutchman. I think this is showing that he's improving tactically as a player significantly. You can see Isildur's army values plummeted. See, points held, Isildur has dominated, yes, but when you've got army value like Dutchman right now, you're never out of the game. 67 pop cap at the moment with a really nice accompaniment of anti-infantry, crowd control, anti-tank, and now mobile armor. This guy's got a decent army. I would prefer his army over Isildur's. Guards get PTRS shot in. The M42 is there to protect. Meanwhile, in the centre, MG is really punishing this conscript squad, which has hit the dirt, to try and just choke him out on victory points. Combat Engineer coming for a bit of reconnaissance and burnage of the MG42. This is an LAB from the commander he chose, Jaeger Infantry. Not been seen by Isildur quite yet. Maybe a little bit too much time in aecohmatt being spent on this flank in the south, which hasn't actually... it's pushed some units away, but it's not gotten any kills. A lot of health damage done by the LAB there. Oh, good shot from the Ziscons, threading the eye of the needle. Dutchman reverses away.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Gren's Cappy still just got the one victory point, so he's still bleeding out right now. Really needs to work to reverse that. Combat Engineer is planting mines, this repositioning. Elsewhere in base, he's healing in full. Dutchman doing the same. Just analyse the map a little bit and see that Dutchman's just operated in the central territory. If he'd kept the KV-1 alive, he could have gone for a Katusha next, and I really think that would have unlocked Dutchman for the ultimate pounding. But no, he's going for another KV, which just seems hard countered by double pack. Am I wrong in saying that? I mean, he killed the first one with just a Panzer IV. So I just think Isildur's actually playing into his hands strategically at the moment. Maybe a little bit out of practice, having not played in those two Master League tournaments, the affiliated ones. Very close to a mine here. That's the LMG squad gunner as well. Pushes through, Isildur dodges.
A KV-1 heavy tank is on the field.
The second Klim is on his way. This is Uncle Klim, the alcoholic KV-1. Equal parts Starlinium and vodka. And there we go, we have the Jaeger command squad entering the fray for Dutchman. Panzer IVs as well, now don't forget. The second one's yet to be in operation quite yet. But he's just keeping a really good mix of anti-inf and anti-tank. 84 pop cap now on this army, and he does finally have the Northern Victory point, halting the bleed at 1, 2, 6. Northern side, KV-1 in a standoff. Oh, there we go. In a standoff with the Panzer IV. JCS comes into view. We'll see a cheeky Zis barrage on it. Perhaps there's a mine there, don't forget. Still not, is that not detonated yet? No, it's not indeed. Rifle nade in. Oh, kills those two stragglers. How is that mine still not being detonated? What on earth? This repositions. Combat engineers were trying to tempt him into the mine. That would not detonate. Oh my god, what an assassination at far range there. Conscripts could become an urban assault conscript squad very shortly. With that flamethrower perhaps. I'd go straight for that. Getting flamethrowers on there. Mainline infantry always overpowered. KV-1 versus the... did we just see... No, we did not see incendiary rounds. That would be cool though. Jaegers in a bit of bother. Ends up sniping from afar, as he's done a lot in this game. Keep an eye on the south, shall we, for a moment, as the Panzer IV and pack combination forces away the KV-1. The packs were there. 222 was only at Vet 1. He could really do... Oh, Vet 2, my god, he was stuck there. So that'll show you the excellent sight lines that Dutchman will enjoy. Look at that. Just seeing everything right now.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Pioneers coming out, just wants more repairs to keep these Panzer IVs in continuous operation. But Isildur's really got to, pick his socks up here. He's got a reputation at stake. Dutchman is a streamer and an above-average auto match player and a below-average tournament player. Isildur is like a godly world champion, elite-level Ubermensch kind of figure. So there's a lot of reputation at stake, and you can tell that Dutchman's playing his whole attack. He's playing very intelligently as well. As we've mentioned, we love his build order. Really cool Wehrmacht vibes of having 2 of every animal, etc. It's just nice to see. But Isildur's, he's been strategically hard countered, in my opinion. He's been outplayed strategically. And yes, he has outplayed Dutchman tactically a few times, but now Dutchman has critical mass, 90 pop cap almost. It's not going to happen that easily anymore. So 120 victory points versus 468. It's a tough battle as we start to anticipate the mid-game now. We need to really see something more from Isildur. What is this? That's the Sturmovik attacks. So Loiter. Hopefully he doesn't rescue the situation with that. That would be something I'd disapprove of. You'd hope that these kind of elite level players can beat a prospect tournament player without having to resort to one-click loiters. Dutchman's knocking at the door. Omar's coming, yo. Meanwhile, Pioneers and Gren's back cap still. Nobody's picked up that flamethrower. That's really unusual. Gren's reinforcing back in base. Meanwhile, Isildur getting an SU-85. Yeah, no. Not a fan. I'm just not a... He needs it. Don't get me wrong, he needs it because these two Panzer IVs, but it's the double pack and the now Vet 3 222 that's his problem. So, I'd say double this, Katusha. I just would. You need rocket artillery when you're up against this. How dare I question the reigning world champion? But I am questioning him. He needs indirect fire of some type because this is a hard counter to anything. Like, he's going to have to pull off like an unthinkable flank. He has no flamethrower combat engineers anymore. He's got guards, yes, but that's not a mobile unit. That's a stationary light machine gun unit. LAB on this. And that's the combo for me. It's the KV-1 draws fire, the Katusha rains fire from above, and the infantry comes in from the sides. Not seen it happen at the moment. Dutchman's just able to operate with impunity in his little box. I'm a man in a box. He's a man in a box. See a little bit of pushing from the guards from the sides again. Not a mobile assault unit. They are a stationary kind of hold the line unit. There's that Ural we heard. Panzer IV comes to crowd control. MG's going to face the other way. Could get deeper if he's not careful. Meanwhile, we've got another push in from Isildur. SU-85 is ready. MG does lose its veterancy. This has got a shot from afar. SU-85 has not got any shots in thus far. Looks like the MG was decrewed. Yes, we've also had a vision slit obscuring ability called Button. KV-1 pushes in. This was a triple flank on Dutchman's Kessel. Dares not get the MG, does the conscript because he might get absolutely annihilated. Two ships passing the night. Oh, there we go. The guards go down. After all that, the Jaegers survive, and the other ship passing in the night hit a sea mine, then exploded. No sailors were picked out of the depth of the ocean. AKA the guards have indeed died. So in that big push there, MG recrewed, and guards went down. So for my money, let's just go down to ×1 speed whilst we analyse that. So you had three pushes. You had the KV push here, the SU push here, and the guards push here. The guards push, though, because it's not a mobile assault squad, they have to go stationary, right? So he had to linger for too long around here, and then he couldn't reposition to here to get a better retreat path off. So he ended up retreating all the way down here, where my cursor is, past all the killing stuff. So, really unfortunate for Isildur, but possibly a little bit of misplay as well. Dutchman, however, played excellently, kept his cool. He kept the MG facing this way, just showing that he was relying on, you know, he wasn't doing too much, basically. What I'd like to see is Wehrmacht players don't do too much. They just kind of do what's necessary to survive at times. Like, one click is better than three if that one click is, you know, a higher IQ click, basically. It's all about positioning. It's all about setting up your defense and then letting it do its job for you. Is Wehrmacht's, in my opinion. And Dutchman did that very well indeed. However, Isildur, of course, using his higher APM pool and his better mechanical prowess to bounce back quite quickly. He's at 78 pop cap. He's got a decent amount of fuel in the bag. And importantly, did not lose a tank. Katusha, though, is key. He needs a Katusha. Absolutely needs a Katusha.
sector.
Conscripts in a really shit situation here. Jaegers watching on. Zis offering a shot over the assembly. Conscripts do neutralise the victory, but that's all they should do. They should retreat by now. SU-85 getting no successful shots off. It's missing for days. Jaegers push in. There is a mine there. Oh, there you go. MG42 watches on. Multiple stats units here. Conscripts do have a nice retreat path past the heavy cover. However, they'll be fine. Meanwhile, in the south, Grenadiers have capped that victory point. What else do we have going on? Conscripts are devoid of cover now. Could get really punished otherwise.
The sector is at risk.
They're forced away finally. Wrens suffer as the KV-1 amasses its 8th kill. Meanwhile, in the centre, 222 is just operating as a global positioning satellite, just seeing everything he needs to see. KV-1 comes in for a shot, but the packs are ready, as is the Panzer IV. SU-85 does have him this cover, and the there's this gun. There's a nice stun round there. Target weak point in the house. Sorry, the SU-85 is not even close to Veterancy 1 yet. Well, it is close, Rod, but it's nowhere near Veterancy 2, which is my point. Veterancy 2 is where the SU-85 starts to be really useful, with its better penetrative qualities. Victory point wise, Isildur's temporarily been on a triple cap, and that's really starting to affect him for the first time. He's down to 408. Right, Isildur, let's check his manpower. He has all of his units reinforced right now, so he should be seeing his next vehicle choice very shortly, with his 190 fuel in the bag. SU-85 misses again. Pack's ready as well. That's a great position there. Do have one Veterancy 2 combat engineer, so that will help the repair times. Again, he's coming on this really poor retreat path generator, so he needs to soft retreat to here before he retreats. Again, he's found this MG42 out of the... well, just found him out and forced him away. Nice. And then again, there's that bad retreat path. It's amazing that the best player in the world has room, but this time he did not retreat down there. I think the KV might have blocked him earlier. What a rifle made. That is a lot of health damage. Isildur now has 2 retreating squads with low manpower. Still waiting for his fuel decision, however. Munitions wise, he's on 146. Faust in against a full health KV won't do anything, but the pack can do something. Meanwhile, these packs are just pushing Isildur back. He can't bring the SU into combat on the channel he'd like. Good shot from the Panzer IV. KV-1 and Pack find him, forcing him back. Packs are set up. Good penetration through the front there. KV pushed away yet again. We've got Veterancy 2 now on this Pack 40. Good penetration from this point onwards. SU-85 needs to get into combat but can't choose the right moments. Isildur, I have to say, is now being tactically outplayed. And there's the Katusha, finally! 33 minutes in, 20 minutes late. Not 20, that's an overstatement. 15 minutes late at least. Probably mentioned the word Katusha 15 minutes ago, I think. It was just the obvious decision, and here we go. Isildur, back against the wall, is now using the dirtiest of tactics. The IL-2 flying tank, Sturmovik, is going to remove the Veterancy 2 possibly on this packet, should the conscripts auto-focus fire him. 2-2 working overtime to try and get rid of it, as are the pinnacle mount gunners of the Panzer IVs. Should be able to get rid of at least one of these 2 Sturmoviks. Tusha's on the way, and nothing died for the Dutchman there. There's the armour of the Sturmoviks for you. Really is very survivable. Let's just go quickly check the stats before the Katusha hits. Army value-wise, it looks like Isildur, sorry, that's Pointel. Isildur's still behind, but he's pulling closer. There we go, he's just now with the Katusha. Killed 2 Grenadiers there with the plane wreck. Of course, in pre-patch, that would have been a devastated squad. Katusha's ready. So a lot of these squads ready as well, but there's 3 in particular he probably wants to prepare. He's going to wait with this Katusha most likely for an all-important push, because Angry Dutchman, having survived the Sturmovix, now shows Isildur that he is well and truly starting to be down and up shit creek without a paddle. Maybe this Katusha will help him paddle back into less turbulent waters. Axe ricochet off the KV-1 there. Jaeger squad comes in. Here's the Katusha's first volley. Where's the target? It's the Pax! Of course it is! Is he repositioning fast enough? No, he may lose the Vet 2 here. Is he going to get out of there? No, he loses Veterancy 2 on one of them. Meanwhile, however, the Zisk on Vet 3 finally finds the Panzer 4. Look at the pressure now coming in from Dutchman, riding on a wave of adrenaline. Going toe-to-toe with the world's best player. He's now seeing the end within sight, perhaps. Not in terms of victory points, but in terms of just critical mass. Shooting to 5. So slowly close to Veterancy 2. Might be there if this game goes to an hour at this rate. Just not have found the angles as the SU. The packs have been really well positioned most of this game. Popcat watch, 85 plays 87. Victory points 102, 351. Angry Dutchman has got a lot of fuel in the bag though, so he can afford to survive, you know, a big push and maybe take out one of his tanks. He can rebuild instantly. A lot of manpower in the bag as well, showing excellent preservation. Could do with OPing and munitions, Dutchman could, I'm going to say it. Get some Stukas and LABs on the go. Pack has been decrewed yet again. That was the second Veterancy 2 pack. That's a big loss for Dutchman. Recruise it now, yes, but has the damage been done? Can the KV-1 operate with a little bit more impunity? Vet 3 MG gets out of there, it looks like. This barrage comes in on the Vet 1. Wehrmacht MG42. In the north, Panzer IV comes to rid of that conscript menace. I heard that's a good kill somewhere, but the victory point situation just went psychologically against Angry Dutchman. He's now in double-digit figure land thanks to that neutralization. LMGs couldn't finish the job there. Katusha's second barrage. Is it on this blob here? Yes, it is, and on the pack. However, Dutchman goes forward. A 2 versus 2 veteran knows how to dodge rocket artillery. KV up to 14 kills now. Gren's peel away. He's lost this pack though. That's bad. He could have done with keeping that. All these Grens are down to 3 men now. However, the surviving pack does indeed find the KV. I mean, what's Dutchman thinking? Has he got... Yes, he's getting heavy Panzer Corps. I was just thinking that he might want to get that. So losing that pack may allow in the Popcat to get a Panther out, perhaps. If in doubt, pick up a Panther. Gren's forced away. A lot of great veterancy on all the infantry. Surviving infantry, at least. Back in the north. MG's going to keep this victory point for now. He's got to do that. He's got to keep an MG on each of the victory points should he want to stop Isildur just bleeding him out. Vet 2 combat engineers looking to capture the pack. It's rare you see a minesweeper flamethrower pioneer. Must have picked up that one there finally from earlier in the game, if you recall. Vet 3 MG42. It's actually one of the few areas of no cover. Might want to, you know, go in one of the other cover craters because the Katusha could just nuke it at the moment. Strips come north, MG's waiting. Now we have Veterancy 2 on the SU, and look at the damage it causes. Penetrates every time. Jaeger's push in. Vet 3 Ziskun looks to escape. Gren's also, but look at this. We've got a shotgun Katusha volley. He pushes forward, however, and the Zis reels away. SU-85's in good position, but the pack's pushing forward. Angry Dutchman's getting wantonly aggressive here. Really good stuff from him to have the eye of the tiger for the thrill of a fight. Rising up to the challenge of his rival. Antivor pushing south. Looking for... Ah, we've got the LAB coming down on this stolen MG. Just wants to finally get rid of it. KV1 pushing on. Ah, what a good shot against the Jaegers there. This pack, good positions, yes, but to be honest, he's probably better off keeping it alive if he can. And here's that Panther that we spoke about. What a beautiful camouflage that is. I'm just going to make a YouTube thumbnail. Wonderful. There we go. 39 minutes YouTube thumbnail for Panther. That's a good one. Try and make another one at some point in time. Good game so far, good game. 40 minutes in now, second Zis on its way. Isildur has lost a conscript off cam, I believe. I remember some Gren screaming that we killed the bastards or something, so maybe that was that. We'll have a check on the stats in this momentary lull in activity, perhaps. The overview stats, look at the amount of kills. No Grenadier squad or Pioneer squad losses for Dutchman. That is impressive. No vehicle losses for Dutchman. That is really, really, really impressive. But we will check out Isildur in a moment, don't worry. So hopefully we can catch him squatting in front of his locker or something. Anyway, here we go. Let's check out Isildur's losses. Not the same story, is it? He's lost one of each of his main frontline infantry. And, of course, 2 tank losses as well. G just constantly burring away as the Vet 2 KV1 makes its presence felt yet again. Pioneers, lucky. Well, they're dead. I was about to say lucky to survive. They're very, very dead.
The enemy is encroaching on our
He's
territory.
pushing in north versus the multi-talented Pioneer. KV1 forces that away. Elsewhere, Panther and Panzer IV. Both in excellent position. Forcing away the Vet 3 MG42. And this could be a triple cap for Dutchman soon. And now I know Isildur's pretty high on victory points, but his army is still looking low relative to Dutchman's. Look at the infantry, just look at that. 2 conscripts, veteran 3 versus 3 LMG Grenadiers and a Jaeger squad with the G43s. Just overpowered from Dutchman. Well played by him.
We have lost an MG team.
MG, however, has been nuked. Panzer IV not enough. This is Dutchman spreading himself a little bit thin there, using the cloak of the Jaegers to get the drop. Meanwhile, we've got to push in from the conscripts. There's the Katyushas. Taking out the MG, perhaps. That's what we spoke about. He wasn't... Nah, he escaped, though. Mosin can't finish him off either. MG still pick-upable in the north. Oh, we've got the Panzer IV taken out there by the SU, finally making its presence felt. We've also got the 2-2 really low. Does the SU dare go forward? No, it doesn't, because we have had a good push in by the Grenadiers. And here comes the Panther. Do we now have the Faust? There it is. Damaged engine on the SU. The Panther goes forward. However, Zis is in position still. SU gets a penetrative shot off. Panther now past the veil of the Zis. The Zis is decrewed. We have another Zis in the waiting. SU plays Panther. Penetration. And a miss! That's so unfortunate for Dutchman. Mind you, here comes the KV. SU misses a ground shot from afar. And there it is. That was a Faust there by the Grenadiers to finish the job. He waited for the recharge and got the shot away. Isildur needed that SU on the field. It's often the keystone to the Soviet late game if the Wehrmacht have an infantry advantage. Oh my god, and here comes the Brumbear. So he's going to have an unholy trinity of devastation on the field very shortly. 210 victory points against 98. Just going to check this Grenadier and base for a vehicle kill. Now you can see it. That was indeed a... got an LAB, by the way. Where is that LAB? Oh, it's in the south. That was a little bit of AE play for you there, trying to find the squad getting obliterated by artillery. Look at this cheeky flank he's set up. I'm really liking Dutchman's play. He's improved so much in the last few months. Just all this kind of high IQ thinking in the late game is really cool to see. We all know, though, that this could be cruelly ended by Isildur going into that final gear, but I just don't think he's set himself up to fully show his insane micro and tactical prowess this game. Isildur, he made some dodgy strategic build order decisions that have really left him hard counted, but it's not necessarily his decisions that he didn't make. It's the decisions that Dutchman made that have really made this game fantastic Wehrmacht defense story at this point in time, at least. Still room to play though. Here comes the Katusha. More than likely over here. Yes, it is. An IL-2 from Sturmovik as well in conjunction, so Dutchman's going to have to pray that he can hold here. Grenadiers going forward into rocket fire. That's never a good idea. Pack repositioning. Brumbear is on hold fire, ready to attack. Grammer can't quite get the job off. Maybe we'll see the Katusha taken out shortly. Where is that Katusha? It's all the way down south, and he couldn't pull the trigger on the Katusha flank. And that's just leaving a Panzer IV out of combat for my money. Now victory points 98, dropping soon. As soon as this combat engineer takes this victory point, it'll start to drop again. Mines being planted. Up there. Uncovers them, sees them planting. Gets it! Nice work by Dutchman, good. Presence of mind. Meanwhile, he's getting all of his squads ready for the relaunch of Dutchman 2.0. Now with less victory points. 97 and dropping versus 184. He's got to relaunch. He's got to counter-attack, got to strike. For my... And Isildur's getting another Su-85. He's going to have to start from zero, though, against a Panther and a Brumbear. He's going to be in a target-rich environment without the ammunition that will penetrate the Glacis armour. It's not going to do the job for me. But he does have a second... Is that a... No, he has 2 Zis guns these days. Never actually picked up on the second one being built, so he has more than enough AT. Does he have enough AI to finish off the infantry battle? Get rid of these victory points. Vet 3 KV1, now 30 kills. That second one's certainly done the job. It's all that extra vodka power. Positioning Su-85s on the field now. Also, Katusha's ready to fire. This Panzer IV will surely pull the trigger shortly. Just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Brumbear offers a distraction as the Pack 40 now gains veterancy 2. Engineers loitering. Don't fancy attacking the north. 2-man Grenadier showing a little bit of... there he goes, retreated. Dutchman seems in control of his powers still. Credit to him. He's so close, he doesn't know that he can see it though. Shot by the Brumbear, escapes without being fired upon by the Su-85 as well. Could do with a little bit of repairs, and the combat engineers are scrambling to do that. Ooh, Katusha may have been seen here. Will he pull the trigger on the Panzer IV? Surely he got seen. Keep an eye on that one, ladies and germs. Use that Katusha now again. Where's the target? These Grenadiers. Now in the picture, maybe the Panzer IV will push in shortly. What a shot by the Brumbear. That wasn't quite as good as I thought. Oh, the Brumbear's gone forward. That's a miss micro there. Needs to get out of there. Su-85 can't finish the job, however. Combat engineers venture into the MG's gaze. Meanwhile, in the south, we've got a Zis gun capping. Situation critical when a Zis gun's capping, that's for certain. For my money, this Panzer IV has just been out of combat for too long now. We know it was a Katusha counter, but it's just been in position to counter for way too long. And what's this Panther doing? Showing his juicy ass straight to the Zis gun, but he returns fire with some artillery. No, Stuka close air support this time. Oh, my bad. There we go. I'm sure I got a thumbnail there, ladies and gents. I'm sure I got a thumbnail somewhere. One of those frames would have looked good. Oh, KV1's going forward. Panzer IV's going in as well. He's using the Stukas as his main assault here. Can he find an angle? Su-85's got to turn around to get into base, so he's actually showing his armament to the tank. Meanwhile, MG42 in the centre. Panzer IV breaches and gets a good shot in. Can he get everything off that he needs to? One more shot to finish the SU. Can he get round to finish off the Katusha? Yes, he can! Finally, he pulls the trigger, and what an assault it is. He puts his cannon inside the tractor to ensure final victory. Meanwhile, we got an MG pressurising all of these units in the centre. We do have a victory point taken in the north, yes, but this Panzer IV's back, yo, and he's going to try and continue the hurt, but the Zis gun is ready to make him a martyr. Iron Cross will be sent home to his Mutter, probably. An heroic action. But can he be the saviour of the Wehrmacht? KV-1 goes forward, Brumbear reverses away, Panther in position, and saves the situation for now. Meanwhile, we've got Zis repositioning. We've got LMG Grenadiers trying to take out those conscripts. KV-1 up to 36 kills. A new T-34 emerges. Brumbear now versus Zis. Who can take out the other first? There he is. That was with help from the LMGs. And with a little help from his friends, he could possibly win this. Main gun destroy critical on that Vet 3. KV-1, T-34 comes to protect his bigger brother. Panther's got a stricken engine, but he pushes onward regardless.
The sector is at risk.
What's happened to Isildur's army? What army? He's lost so much in this battle. Brumbear really helped out what he needs to as a distraction almost, as a focal point. A new Panther as well, that'll finish things off. He could push in with these Panthers now and finish the game off, quite frankly. He needs to keep an eye on victory points, and he's got 2 of them right now, so he's safe. The T-34 offers itself as a distraction, but the Panther's very mobile as well, so can't really kite the aggressive German tank. What a push by Dutchman that was. Oh, good shot there. T-34, one more shot and it's down. He's probably tracking. Attack round, gets it. There we go, and the new Panther emerges. KV-1's in dire straits. Nice LAB as well on the point apex of the base exit. Isildur's not going anywhere, but this Panther's pursuing him all the way out of base. The elliptic cannon of the KV offers no resistance. This tank Viagra by way of combat engineer. Meanwhile, conscripts, and Isildur sees the writing on the wall. He's forced to tap out. Angry Dutchman with a famous win there, an historic win, announcing that he means business in this scene. Dutchman is no longer a meme. And maybe his dreams will become reality this year. Maybe he's actually, you know, pushing on. I always thought I was sleeping on Dutchman. I was focusing on Elpern of those 2 streamers. But it seems that Dutchman's really kicked it up a notch in the past couple of months. Really, really pushed on. And some of the mainly strategic decision-making in this game was fantastic. Going MG down, build 2. I love it. I love the... you know, going through the gears of the armour at the correct moments, and the preservation was mwah, really good stuff. Isildur looked like he was out of ideas in this game. Obviously, the Katusha was far too late, but his preservation was not on point this game, namely that Vet 3 guards retreating this way. With a good old soft retreat, he could have retreated that way perhaps. I'm not fully aware of what happened there. Let's go over to the stats screen and see the final overview, showing a fantastic KD for Dutchman. Army value, see that he really peeled away, didn't he, after these tank deaths here. Isildur never really got back in control all the way up to the 40th minute, and then Dutchman did the final dive to finish the job. Points held, that was all over the place. Now let's go to the personal unit of Dutchman. Obviously his Pack 40 was excellent damage, and unit-wise, still only lost a Pioneer squad in the very late game. Excellent preservation of infantry. And it really does help your game when you preserve infantry that well. Meanwhile, Isildur, not the same story, of course. Lost a lot and lost so many tanks. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sure you enjoyed this one. Bit of a slow burner at the start, but it had a raging crescendo, and it's got this really cool underdog story of Dutchman taking out Isildur. So thanks for watching, everybody, and goodbye. Right then, I think that's me done for today, lads. I'm going to go do some other stuff now. Namely, take the dog for a big walk, and then do some power washing in the garden. Yeah, that was really cool. I enjoyed that. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, that'll do for today. Just looking for somebody to host now. Yeah, let's host 101st Airborne, just because he's a nice guy. He's funny, isn't he? No problem. Anytime. See you later, Miriaf, and see you later, everybody. Let's raid 101st. Show off that the EU viewers are higher than the Korean viewers. Alright, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.